electric. Okay, topic electric. So last time we have discussed about charges. Dalam charge ada electric field. Okay, and then kita tengok formula related. Q equals to IT, Q equals to NE. Okay, and then ada V equals to V equals to the energy kan? Electric field, sorry. Electric field E equals to V over distance. Right. So ada lagi dalam electric in a series and parallel circuits. Ni pun kita dah tengok. Okay. Comparing the I for series. Then for parallel kita compare. Okay. Kalau series I macam mana? I equals to I1 plus I2. Ni semua kita dah tengok kan? I total equals to I1 equals to I2. Oh sorry, saya salah. Okay. So that series. And then kita tengok voltage. Voltage for series. Voltage total equals to voltage 1. Jangan bahaya ya. Illallah akbar. V2. And then V equals to V1. V total equals to V1 and equals to V2. R. Kalau series macam mana? Kalau R. V for series. Kalau series, R equals to R1 plus R2. Kalau parallel, R total equals to macam mana? Okay, you tak boleh terus dapat R total lah. You kena cari dulu 1 over R total, which is 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. So daripada sini, barulah kita dapatkan R tu. R sama dengan the reciprocal of, katalah ini dapat 1 over X. So ini RT tu adalah X over 1. Kan kita terbalikkan yang ni jadi ni. Okay. Right, and then ada lagi topik apa lagi dalam elektrik? Okay. Ada, kita tahu tentang voltage. Ya. Ada Ohm's law. Ohm's law V directly proportional to I. And Ohm's law kata for if V and then kita ada I and the relationship is directly proportional. Okay. Right. So bila kita belajar ni, kita tengok daripada sini, you know gradient? So this triangle gives you gradient. So kalau ada eksperimen yang Ohm's law is obeyed, so the gradient equals to the ni gradient ni equals to apa? You all okay ke? The gradient gives you gradient of V against I. Gives us the resistance. Jadi kalau soalan tu dia bagi graph macam ni, dan soalan tu minta you the resistance. Jadi senang saja, you calculate the gradient. So that gradient gives you the resistance. Okay. And then ada lagi topik dalam elektrik ni, EMF and internal resistance. Okay. So kalau Ohm's law, this is the graph. Kalau EMF, the graph masih lagi V against I. V I, ni pun V I. However, if the graph looks like this. Dia macam ni. Ada voltage drop. You see voltage? Voltage menurun. So itu kat situ kita kata ada voltage drop. Why? Why there is voltage drop? Sebab energy is lost. Energy is lost when charges travel from terminal, from positive terminal to negative terminal. Okay, so semua orang okay ke ni? Very quiet. Okay, hopefully you are with me. Okay, look at the first question. Figure 9.1 shows a 12-volt battery connected in a series containing resistor A, B, C, and D. Each resistor has resistance of 6 ohm. Calculate the combined resistance of resistor A and B. So this is easy. What's the answer? So senang sajalah. You just tuliskan A and B. So each of them adalah 6 ohm. So sini 6 ohm, sini 6 ohm. So tak perlu buat jalan kerja pun tak apa. Tapi this is in series or parallel? Series kan. So R total equals to RA plus RB. So that's 12 ohm. Okay. Now resistors A, B and C. So now kita nak all of this. Okay. Jadi kat sini tadi kita dah ada combine. So you kena tahu dia jadi macam ni. So seolah-olah kita ada yang baru which is 12 ohm in parallel dengan 6 ohm. Okay. Ni yang D. Jadi yang ni kita ada yang barulah, katalah X dekat sini dicampur dengan X. Dengan C. So this one they are in parallel. So you kena tunjuklah jalan kerja dia. 1/12 plus 1/6. Betul? Sebab kita nak R in parallel. So dapat berapa tu? You can just use your calculator. Dapat berapa?
4.
Ni dapat 4 ohm. Okay, dapat 4 tu dekat mana?
12/3.
This one 4/3.
12, teacher.
12/3. So 12/3. Tapi kita bukan nak 1/R. Ya? Kita nak apa? Kita nak the R. So what can you do? Therefore R parallel equals to tekan calculator. Twelve over 3 berapa?
4, teacher.
4. Tak ada suara tu. Siapa demam tu? Okey, sekarang ni gabungan A, B, C and D. So macam mana A, B, C and D? So ini dia. Ya. So, kita gabungkan semua. Okey, tadi it was like this. Sekarang kita dah tahu dah. Umar boleh tak diam? Tak ada. Mama guna phone. So sekarang ni nanti. A, B, C, D. So sekarang tadi ni kita dah tahu dah gabungan dia kan. Jadi kita kena tahu dia jadi macam ni. Kita dapat 4 next to D. So sini 4 ohms. This is D. Jadi macam mana? So the total resistance adalah 4 ohm plus 6 ohm. So dapat 10 ohms. Alright, boleh? Okay. Next question. Calculate the current in the battery. Current in the battery mana? Okay, yang ni. So kita tahu dia this voltage 12. You all dah pernah buat ke soalan ni? So kita guna formula apa? V equals to IR. Jadi what do we want? We want I. Okay, I equals to V over R. So kita tahu V dia adalah 12 volt. Okay, sini dapat daripada situ. And then the R. So sekarang ni for the whole circuit kan, dekat battery. Dekat battery ni for the whole circuit. So jadi kalau the whole circuit tu, berapa kita punya resistance?
10.
Okay. 10. So, divide by 10. So, dapat berapa? 1.2 amps. Energy transferred. What's the formula? E equals to? Okay, kita tahu formula power. Power equals to energy over time. Sekarang soalan nak energy. Okay, so daripada formula ni, nah, look at this formula. From this formula, E equals to PT. But in this question, do you know P power? Tak, kita tak tahu P. Tapi kita tahu juga P equals to B times I. Betul? So, E equals to P tu kita gantikan. Sepatutnya P. Tapi kita gantikan P dengan BI. P times I. And then sini T kan? So, T. Nampak tak? So, what's the V? Do you know V? 12. Do you know the current? 1.2. Do you know the time? Time must be in second. So, ini okey lah sebab it's already in second. Okay, tekan calculator. What's the answer? Dapatlah jawapan dia. Tekankan calculator berapa?
720.
720.
Joule.
What's the unit? Joule.
Joule.
Energy mesti in joule. Alright? So, this is the answer. Okay, next. Figure 8.1 shows 3 lamps and a fuse connected to a power supply. The EMF. So, ni nampak dia gunakan EMF. So, EMF tu dia punya ni lah. This one. 220 volt, each lamp is labeled 220 volt, 40 watts. The rating of the fuse is 2 amps. Calculate the current in each lamp. Jadi, what formula can you use? Okay, the current. Sekarang ni you are given the kita nak guna formula apa? So sekarang kita nak okay, you know this is the power, yeah? So that's the power. Okay, and then kita tahu power equals to V times I. Ni you kena tahu Jadi kalau masuk dekat sini, ada satu, okay, lepas kita dah tahu ni semua, and then you need to know about power. Power equals to VI. Okay. And then energy. Ada energy juga sebelum tu. Energy equals to power times time. Okay, so bila kita dah tahu P equals to VI, we want the I. So therefore, kita rearrange the formula I equals to P over V. So do you know P? P is 200. P power is 40 watts. Ni, daripada situ. Voltage, 220. So tekan calculator, what do you get? About 0.18 amps. Dapat tak? Okay, so nampak tak? Dalam IGCSE, you kena tahu semua formula ni. Kalau you tak tahu formula, you akan sangkut lah. Dapat nak jawab. Okay. Ada soalan? Next. The current.
Teacher.
Yeah, current in the fuse. So where's the fuse? So now, you kena tahu ini bentuk fuse. Ini masuk dalam syllabus. Soalan boleh minta you draw. So this is the fuse. So dia kata current in the fuse. Only 1 mark. Do you need to calculate anything? Okay. Sekarang ni, you dah kira current in each lamp tau. You can, okay, sekarang ni look at the lamps. Lamps are connected in series ataupun in parallel. Excuse me.
Parallel.
Parallel. Jadi, you kena tahu. Kalau ini adalah the power supply, okay. So, current total, remember this one? Where did we do Here. In parallel. So mana in parallel? This one. So tengok current macam mana ni. Okay. So nampak ni Ni nampak. So this question. Now I total tu you tengok I total. So sekarang ni ada junction. Jadi the I total divide itself. So satu pergi sini jadi I1. And then masuk sini jadi I2. Sorry, sini I2, sini I3. Jadi I2 tu dekat sini dia bahagikan lagi diri dia. I4. So sini I4. Kan, dia lalu sini. I4. And then I3 tu pula I3. Okay, sampai dekat sini I4 meets I3 kan. Okay, dekat sini dia akan jadi balik I2. Okay, di I sini, this junction, siapa yang berjumpa sama? I2 meets I1. Jadi dia adds up. So barulah finally dia jadi I total balik. So sebenarnya yang lalu pada fuse actually is the total current. So now, what's the value here? What's the value of the current in each of these? Okay, so soalan ni dia beritahu Dia kata each lamp is labelled 220 volt and 40 watt. Maksudnya we have identical lamps. Bila kita ada identical lamps, maksudnya apa? Maksudnya current yang flow through the lamp, each lamp is equal. So katalah sini I1, sini pun sama nilai dengan I1, sini pun sama dengan nilai I1. Alright? So keep that in mind. Ada soalan tak? Jadi sini current dia sama dengan sini, sama dengan sini. So, bila sini sama dengan sini bergabung, macam mana kita nak dapatkan I dekat IT ni? Dia satu markah je sebab maksudnya senang. So, sebenarnya kat sini 0.18. Sini 0.18, sini 0.18, sini pun 0.18. And then bila semua berkumpul dekat sini jadi apa? 0.18 times 3. Betul? Jadi current infused sama dengan current total. Current total sama dengan I total. I total sama dengan I1 plus I2. Jadi kat sini kita buatlah I total sama dengan tapi kita ada 3 bukan 2 sahaja. So 0.18 amps plus 0.18 amps plus 0.18 amps. Ataupun 0.18 times 3. So dapatlah berapa? 0.55. Okay. The total number of lamps all in parallel that could be connected without blowing the fuse. So sekarang kita ada 3 sahaja. Kita ada 3 sahaja lampu. Dia kata berapa lampu yang kita boleh letak secara parallel without blowing the fuse. Tidak merosakkan fuse. Jadi berapa? Senang saja. Okay. Macam mana? Rumah. Ya. Sekejap lagi. Okay, tengok Fuse ni, soalan ni, okay, semua orang ada ke? Ke dah tidur ni? Okay, the rating.
Ada teacher.
Okay, susah sikit soalan ni. Fuse tu, dia ada rating. Okay, so you kena tahu juga tentang fuse. Okay, fuse ni, what's the rating? 2 amps. Maksudnya, do you know what is the function of fuse? Siapa tahu? What is the function of fuse? Dalam IGCSE, kita kena tahu topik elektrik kan? Ada satu lagi kat sini yang you kena tahu, which is electronic devices. Ada banyak kan? Kita ada thermistor, we have LED. You need to know the symbols. We have apa lagi? Kita ada fuse, so on and so forth. Diode, kita ada transistor. Okay. You need to know all the symbols, all of the symbols, ya. Okay, sekarang we are talking about fuse. So, you need to know the function of a fuse. So, what is the function of a fuse? A fuse is a device that melts. Dia akan cairkan diri dia. Bila? When current exceeds the limit. Limit siapa? Limit pada fuse. So kalau fuse tu rating dia is 2 amps, maksudnya hanya current sampai 2 amps sahaja boleh lalu sini. Dia tengok kat sini, masih boleh lalu tak? 0.55 is less than, ini 0.55 kan? Still less than 2 amps. Jadi dia takkan melt. So
Teacher, yang jawapan tadi tu 0.54.
0.54, boleh lah. Dia tengoklah you round off macam mana. Jadi 0.54 kat sini pun still less than 2 amps kan? Jadi you faham tak soalan ni nak apa? So the limit is 2 amps. Jadi berapa banyak lamp yang kita boleh letak sebelum dia melt? So 2 nak bahagikan dengan nilai berapa? Kita nak bahagi dengan 0.18. Yes, alright.
11.
Jadi kita bahagikan dengan 0.18 amps. Sebab setiap lampu current dia 0.18. Jadi berapa? Dapat 11.1. So 11.1 mana boleh lampu sepoint-point kan? Jadi kita round off 11 lamps. Okay, hopefully you understand the story. Now, after a very long period of use, the wire filament of one of the lamps becomes thinner. Can you imagine? Or do you understand what is being what happened now? Okay. So gini adalah this is the type of bulb. Bulb ni kita ada filament like this. So actually the filament ni is just a conductor lah. It's a conductor. The conductor means current can flow through it. Okay. So sekarang after lama dah sampai 5 tahun, pakai setahun 2 tahun contoh, the filaments ni becomes thinner. Jadi what happens? Underline the effects of this change on the resistance of the filament. So topik elektrik you kena tahu tentang resistance. Okay, resistance. So kat sini you kena tahu apa? Factors affecting resistance. What are they? Length of conductor. Jadi you kena tahulah, the longer the length, the higher the resistance. Lagi? Thickness of wire. So the thicker the wire, resistance decreases. Yang ketiga, kita tahu the thickness ni sama dengan surface area lah, sama. Ni. So if this is the wire, so you compare, this one is thin, then lagi thick. Jadi yang thick ni resistance dia low. Yang thin resistance high. Okay, length dia kept constant. Okay, ini first. Ada lagi satu, okay, ini the thickness. And then lagi satu length. Satu panjang macam ni, satu lagi panjang dia macam ni. Mana lagi longer? So this one longer kan? Yang longer ni dia ada resistance high. Yang shorter resistance low. Okay, ni. Lagi ada tak factors lain? Kita ada factors apa lagi? Temperature. The higher the temperature, the higher the resistance. And finally, kita ada the material, type of material. So type of material ni difference lah. Okay, so ini you kena tahu tentang factors. Jadi balik pada soalan ni, dia kata underline the effect of this change on the resistance. So sekarang ni which factor we are talking about? Thinner is about thick. Thinner, so means we are talking the thickness. Jadi what's the ni? What's the relationship? The thicker, the lower the resistance. Tapi this one is not thicker. It becomes thinner. Jadi what happened to the resistance?
Resistance decreases.
Increases. Ya, sebab dia becomes thinner. Ada nak tanya soalan? Tak ada. Okay, next. State and explain. Jadi dua markah. Markah pertama you state, markah kedua you explain. About what? The effect of this change on the power of the lamp. Okay? So what about the power? So you kena tahu ada satu formula. Okay? Formula tentang power loss. So power kita ada power loss. So what's the formula of power loss? Anyone? So power loss equals to I squared R. Jadi, what happened to the R? R increases. Jadi, when R increases, what happened to the power loss? Increases as well. Okay? Jadi, dia kata state, you kata, apa statement you? Power increases. Okay, dia suruh explain. So, ni you state. Then you need to explain. Your punya explanation kenapa? Kenapa power increases? Sorry. Power decreases. Power decreases. Kenapa power decreases? Sebab soalan tengah tanya bukan power loss lah, power of the lamp. Yang loss increases. Jadi yang tak loss, yang remain pada lamp decreases. Why? How do you explain? Sebab P equals to IB. Jadi, what happened to the current? Sebab right now resistance increase kan? Resistance increases. Yang ni kita cerita dekat sini. Kita kata resistance increases. Therefore, hence, current in lamp decreases. Okay? Ada soalan? Tak ada. Boleh teruskan? What do you guys think? Hello? You want me to continue or you want to stop here?
Continue.
Okay. The circuit on figure 7.1 includes an immersion heater and a 6-volt battery. Okay, so kat sini you tengok ada dua benda you boleh tengok. Satu, the symbol. So this is the symbol of a heater. Kena tahu. Jadi kat sini you tambah lah. Selain daripada transistor, diode, fuse, LED, thermistor, there is another one. You kena tahu tentang heater. Kita ada simbol petak je macam tu. Next. State the name and purpose of component X. Okay, so maksudnya you kena tahu juga. What is this? Simbol apa ni? That is, nama dia Rheostat. Or, sometimes orang panggil Rheostat. Boleh. Sometimes people call it variable resistor. Okay, mana-mana boleh. Okay, what is the function? Okay, so jadi ini satu lagi device yang you kena tahu So tambah lagi satu. So sebenarnya banyak. Actually masa when I went to your place hari tu, masa saya pergi parit, I talk about these electronic devices. You kena tahu. So another one is rheostat. Setiap daripada ni you kena tahu the symbol. So this is the symbol of rheostat. Ni heater, diode like this, And then LED pun macam ni, tapi dia ada simbol lah, right tu. And then thermistor, like that. And then transistor. Ni semua you kena tahu how to draw. Okay. Right. Ada lagi tak yang lain? Ada banyak lagi. Okay, next. What is the function of a rheostat? Dia control apa? It controls ataupun it's vary the current. Macam mana? By dia control dia ni lah. Dia control the resistance ataupun control the length of wire. Okay. B. The heater is designed to work from a 3.6 voltage supply. Jadi dia boleh mula berfungsi. Kita ni boleh mula berfungsi from 3.6 volt. Now, it has a power rating 4.5 watts. Dia sendiri ada power rating 4.5 watts at this voltage. By considering the current in the heater, calculate the resistance of component X. Okay, sekarang we want to know about X. X punya resistance. How much? When that is the correct potential difference across the heater. You macam nak buat ni panjang jalan kerja dia. Ada 5 marks. Okay, soalan nak apa sebenarnya? Dia nak resistance. Resistance siapa? Resistance of heater ataupun resistance of what? So, kita tahu question wants resistance of component X. Jadi, we can use formula P equals to IV. Okay. And then, kita nak cari the current. Ya, kita nak cari current. Okay, daripada this formula, current equals to power over volts. Kan? Kita rearrange formula. Do you know the power? Power rating 4.5. Dia punya voltage 3.6 volt. Tekan calculator, what did you get? Dapat tak 1.25? Umar, where is my calculator? Tolong tekan calculator Mama boleh? Thank you. Okay, Mama nak tekan 4.5. 4. Let me teach you. Mama nak cepat. Mama pandai. Mama tekan 1.5. Kakak-kakak boleh lah tekan sekali. Divide by 3.6. What do you get? Yeah, 1.25 volt. Dapat? Okay. Tapi belum lagi. This is the voltage. Sorry, 1.25 ampere. Okay, so this is the current. Soalan nak resistance. Okay. Now, voltage yang kita nak sebenarnya berapa? Bukan 6 kan? Bukan 6, bukan 3.6. Ini adalah dia boleh berfungsi daripada 3.6. Tapi sekarang kita ada voltage 6 volt. Right? Jadi voltage dia 6 volt minus 3.6 volt. Berapa difference tu? So that's 2.4 volts. Right? Jadi kita daripada situ kita tahulah formula. V equals to IR. Therefore R. Ya, sama dengan V divided by I. So what's the V? 2.4 volts divided by the current. Current dia berapa? 1.25 amps dapat 1.92 ohm. Okay. Now, sometime after the heater is switched on, the ammeter reading is seen to have decreased. Ammeter reading decrease. Mana ammeter? Sini. Okay, lama-lama bacaan current decreases. Why? Why this happens? So, inilah dalam tajuk EMF. Ni. Ya. Ni, ada. Oops. Ni ya. So, actually, what happened? Oh, wow. What's that? Okay. So, yeah, okay. Wow. So, then itu adalah sebenarnya apa? Kita kata bateri macam kita lah. Lama-lama you ada torchlight tak kat rumah guna bateri? Lama-lama torchlight tu dia dah tak terang kan? Kenapa? Sebab bateri running low. Kan? Ataupun you boleh kata energy. Why is that? Because energy of battery have been used up. So, ataupun kata EMF less, berkurang, reducing. Kenapa je tu? Kenapa begitu? Sebab resistance increases. Kenapa resistance increases? Do you know why? Do you know why resistance increases? Okay, it's because we are using a heater. Macam mana heater tu? You feel the heat kan? So the heat, okay, makes resistance increases. Bila resistance increases, current decreases. Okay? Alright. How do you feel? Better? Jadi kita dah masuk lah sampai EMF apa semua lah kan? So in figure 9.1, a 12 volt battery supplies a current I to a circuit. The circuit contains a thermistor and a 10,000 resistor in parallel. Okay. Calculate the combined resistance of the thermistor. Jadi ini macam tadi lah. You boleh try buat sendiri. Okay. Dia nak combine thermistor. And ni. Jadi soalan nak yang ni lah. This one. So what's that? So that is in parallel. Jadi in parallel 1 over R equals to 1 over 1000 plus ni thermistor. Thermistor pun ada resistance of 1000. Jadi berapa? 2 over 1000. Therefore, R in parallel equals to 1000 over 2. Saya just reciprocate yang tu. Jadi berapa ni? 500 ohms. Current I. V equals to IR. Okay, dia nak yang ni. Now, okay. So voltage, kita nak I, voltage 12. Resistance kita berapa? Jadi kita kena cari dulu total resistance. Total resistance sekarang ni kita dah gabungkan. Jadi seolah-olah yang ni gabungan dia jadi berapa tadi? Gabungan ni jadi 500 ohms kan? Yang ni. So seolah sekarang kita ada 500 ohms gabungan plus dengan 500 ohms. Ni. Yang ni gabung becomes this one. And then kita ada yang ni, X ni. Jadi yang ni in series. Ya. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Pandai. So this one in series. Jadi in series kita tambah sahaja. Jadi kalau kita tambah kita dapat berapa? Kita dapat 500 plus 500, that's 1000 ohm. Jadi sini kita bahagikan dengan 1000 sebab kita nak the total resistance. Okay, so 12 divide by 1000 kita dapat 0.012 ampere. Okay, now the potential difference across 500 ohm resistor. Jadi kat sini dia nak tanya, what is the voltage? Macam nak buat tu? So ingat, kita nak V of 500 ohm. Kita nak I 500 ohm. Dan R 500 ohm. Wow, okay. Right, ni daripada formula V equals to IR lah. Cuma I tulis 500, 500, 500 sebab kita nak bagi tahu. Kita nak what's the current sini. And then what's the voltage dekat sini. And Ix dia kat sini lagi apa? Dengan R dia. R dah tahu. Ix kat sini tahu tak berapa? I dekat sini samalah dengan I tu. Kan? Sini kan? Sini current ni dia dah pecah. Tapi dia combine balik. You understand what I'm talking about? Jadi I di sini sama dengan I total. Sini I total. Sini pun I total. Jadi I total. Alright. So kita tahu I dia, kita tahu dia punya V semua. And then V equals to I dia 0.012 amps times 500 ohms. Dapat berapa? 6 volts. Okay. Right? So kita dah buat a lot of questions about series and parallel circuits, and then ada EMF sikit. Okay, and then yang ni pun samalah. This is about variable resistor. Okay. And then ada tentang resistance dekat sini. And then sama lagi lah power loss. Formula of power loss you kena tahu. Apa formula of power loss? Jadi saya tunjuklah power loss equals to I squared R. Jadi if you know the current, if you know the resistance, you can get the power loss. Okay. Right. Ini potential divider. Okay, you pernah dengar tak the word potential divider, students?
No, teacher.
Okay. Okay. So potential divider dekat sini batuk pula. Okay. Tak ada apa So dekat sini kita ada resistance di sini Contoh resistance ni 10 ohm. Sini pun 10 ohms. So resistance ni sama kan? Jadi bila resistance sama, what's the voltage here? Voltage dekat sini akan jadi 3 volt. Sini pun akan jadi 3 volt. Sebab apa? Sebab they share the same amount of voltage. The amount of resistance. Okay, tapi kalau tengok gambar ni, adakah sama dia punya resistance? Okay, tengok sini. In figure, okay now, number 6. Ni. Place one tick in each row of the table to indicate one use of thermistor and one use of transistor. Okay, ini topik electronic devices tu. Jadi thermistor, apa dia punya function? Is it about light? Is it about magnet? Is it about rectifier? Switch? Is it a switch? No. It's a thermal. Thermal about heat lah. Okay, so it's the heat detector. What about transistor? What is it? Transistor can work as a switch. So jadi ini nampak tak cara dia tanya soalan, dia nak tahu ni, you kena tahulah function of each. You need to know the function of each of these electronic devices. Fuse, diode, transistor, heater, rheostat. Okay. Next. In figure 9.1, lamp A is not glowing brightly. A ni dia dim. Kenapa dia tak bright? So you kena explain why. Suggest and explain what can be done to B to make A bright. Jadi kat sini macam ada potential divider sebab dekat sini ada voltage. Kalau you measure voltage here, ni kita panggil voltage ni B. Lepas tu kita letak pula voltmeter dekat sini. So kita kata ini voltmeter A. Now, ingat balik. Voltage macam ni. Tadi kita ada in series ke in parallel? Kita ada in series kan? Right? In series voltage in series V1 plus V2. Maksudnya value of V1 is not the same as V2. Kalau the same pun, kita tambahkan dua-dua ni baru jadi V total. So that means here, kalau kita tahu VB kat sini, kan? So kalau VB plus VA, then kita dapat 6 volt. Now, so what can you do to B to make A bright? So, ini potential divider ni. So you sebenarnya, you want A to glow brightly. Jadi nak glow brightly, dia kena ada high voltage. Ya? So voltage here, VA kita nak increasekan supaya current increases here. Jadi, what can you do at B? So at B, kita increase. So B ni komponen apa ni? Ni simbol apa ni? Simbol LED kan? Ataupun LDR. That's LDR. So this is LDR. Do you know the function of LDR? LDR is light dependent resistor. Maksudnya resistor tu depends on the light presence. Jadi kita kata increase light intensity at B. Ataupun kita suluhkan dia lampu suluh ke supaya dia terang dekat sini. Okay, so bila kita dah buat macam tu, when we have increased the light intensity at B, what happened? Resistance of B. Oh yeah, alright. Thank you. So, ini resistance. Sekejap tengah guna sekejap. Resistance at B increases as well. Sorry. Resistance at B decreases. Kenapa decreases? You faham tak kenapa? Okay, you kena tahu LDR ni kat sini, you kena tahu function of LDR. Ya, kat sini LDR, so what's the function? Okay, LDR is light dependent resistor. Maksudnya, when there is light, bila ada bright light, dia happy. So, dia happy means resistance akan low. Tapi, during the night, malam, kan? Okay, malam gelap kan? Dark. Ataupun when there is no light, resistance increase. Now, kita buat apa? So, you cakap tadi, increase light at B. Jadi, increase light at B is this one kan? So, that is resistance decreases. So kat sini tu sebab jawapan kita resistance decreases. So you kena faham this story. This story is talking about function of LDR. You kena tahulah. Okay, next kita nak explain kenapa macam tu. Jadi kita explain lah. When that happens, bila kita dah buat ni, what happen is voltage at midpoint. Okay, ni voltage dekat sini. Ni voltage itu increases. Kenapa? Sebab sini R dah decreases. Bila R decreases, voltage decreases. Jadi voltage yang kita cakap ni adalah voltage VB. So kalau you tengok sini, you tengok di sini when VB decreases, so VA ni kena increase supaya maintain 6 volt. You faham tak? Jadi tadi mula-mula kalau sini 3 plus 3 sama dengan 6. Tapi sekarang ceritanya VB ni dah berkurang. So let's say for example VB dah jadi 1. Jadi bila 1, what happen to VA? VA supaya jadi 6 volt juga. Sebab ini kena maintain. You understand? Jadi kalau sini 1 sahaja, maka sini kena jadi berapa? 5 volt. Kan? Untuk maintainkan 6 volt. Faham tak? Alright, jadi kita kata dekat sini voltage at midpoint increases. Yang ni. Okay, hence, therefore, more current flows through lamp. Alright. Okay, girls. I think that's all ni. Ada lagi lah ni. X. What is X? Maybe next week kita nak tengok topik light, wave. Tapi itulah tajuk elektrik ni ada banyak lah you kena study ni. Identify X. So what is X? X
Diode.
is a
Semiconductor diode.
Okay, diode. So the PD across the 4 ohm resistor is 11.3. So kat sini dia kata PD. PD tu apa? Bukan Port Dickson lah. It's potential difference. So kat sini kita boleh letak voltage. So dia kata the value of voltage there is 11.3. So dia kata calculate the PD across X. Jadi ni yang I tanya tadi tu. Okay, jadi kat sini kalau kita pasang voltage here, you dah tahu dah. Kan? Ini in series ke in parallel?
Series.
Series. Jadi kalau for kita tengoklah. Jadi macam mana kita nak dapatkan? Dia mesti macam ni kan? Dia mesti kalau in series the voltage total sama dengan Vx plus V yang ada dekat 4 ohm tu. Betul? Sebab dia in series. So, you kena cari dulu. Okay, you tak payah cari apa-apa sebab dia kata potential difference dekat 4 tu 11.3. Jadi, kita buat macam mana? Vt equals to Vx plus 11.3 volt. Do you know Vt? So Vt is 12. Therefore Vx sama dengan 12 minus 11.3 volt. Dapat berapa? Okay, the current in 4 ohms. So ini pun tak susah lah. Jadi kita dah banyak kali guna formula-formula yang sama. So nampak tak? Bila you all banyak buat latihan, lama-lama you all akan ingat the formula. Jadi V equals to IR, dapat berapa? Aduh, sakitnya. What do you want? You want the current Umar? No. You don't do that. Okay, V sama dengan 12 volt Umar. 1.5. Saya buat salah ni. What's the resistance? Yeah. Wow, okay. What's the resistance?
4.0.
Saya salah ni. The voltage pun saya salah kan? Voltage dia sepatutnya apa? Dia nak add 4 ohms. Add 4 ohms, voltage 11.3. So 11.3. And dia 4 ohms, dia 4 lah. Okay. So that's easy. Dapat berapa jawapan? 2.8 amps. So kalau yang ni dia circle, dia tambah pula yang ni. Okay, dah. So you boleh buatlah sendiri ataupun saya bagi jawapan nanti you boleh try.